Hi, this is Lisa Wetzler. I'm going to teach you a quick tutorial at Chasing Glory. This is made to also be kept toward that nightclub rhythm as a good teaching tool, but also to display a lot of room for styling and added flair. So I'm super excited to see what can come with this dance. All right, so we're gonna start with our weight on our right side. We're facing our 12 o'clock wall. The music builds up, and so thus we need to build up. So we bring that left knee up into a soft hitch as that music builds, and then we do a quarter turn to the left to face our 9 o'clock wall. But don't worry, we're not gonna stay there long. Think of it more of like a quick little accent than an actual turn, right? So 8, 1, you're coming back to the front on 2, recovering on that right side. Okay, so build up is on 8, down 1. You're gonna recover forward on 2 on that right side. You're gonna be turning over that right shoulder to face 6 o'clock wall, left, right. Okay, so after that turnaround, the weight should be on that right side. So from the top, all right, count 8, down 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that's where in the music she says stand. So we're stand, okay? All right, your weight on your right side, and then you're gonna run left, right, and as we do our third run, we're going to do a pencil turn over that right shoulder on 5, land 6. So now you should be facing that 3 o'clock wall. All right, so after we step back and collect, we're gonna run, and turn, left, right, up, and down. All right, and then you should be weighted on that right side when you're finished. All right, so from the top with counts, 5, 6, 7, 8, down 1, 2, and 3, run 4, and up 5, down 6. You don't stay here long. We're gonna keep that syncopation going into a cross rock recover, and 7, and we're going to do a quarter turn while we do this, and finishing that quarter turn, we're gonna end with a hard 1. Okay, so after your cross rock recover and 7, and we're gonna finish it with a cross shuffle, making that quarter turn over right shoulder, 8, and 1. Okay, so you should be squared up by 1, or count 1 when you're done with that. All right, so from the top, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and up 5, down 6, and 7, and 8, and 1. All right, so from there, we're gonna take a quarter turn, step forward over a left shoulder to face back to our 3 o'clock wall. Okay, so that's count 2. We're gonna keep that rhythm of the nightclub here. Sure, go and 3 after that. So 2 and 3. You're gonna cross back side, cross back side. So then we just turned over our right shoulder, then we gotta turn over that left shoulder again. So after our post here on 1, okay, leading with that left foot, 2 and 3. We just turned over that left shoulder. We're about to turn over our right shoulder. Cross with our right, left, right. Okay, so with counts from that hit on 1, you hear 2 and 3, 4 and 5. All right, so let's go from the top. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2 and 3, 4 and up 5, down 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5. So from here, we're gonna do a cross rock on our left. So cross rock, and then we do our hip sways, left, right, and with a soft little flick. So that flick is not hard, it's just kind of bringing that foot up, and I always like to look for the left. All right, so from that count 1, with counts from here, so it's 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8 and. Okay, and then we go on 1 from there. All right, so let's go from the top. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2 and 3, 4 and up 5, down 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8 and. Okay, so from there on 1, we're gonna do a couple sweeps. So 1 sweep to the front, 1 sweep to the back. So what that's gonna look like on count 1, so you hear on count 8, you're gonna step and sweep at the same time. So 1, cross, 2 and and sweep on 3. So you're sweeping and stepping at that same time. So taking it from the hip sways, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Okay, so after that segment, you're now back to that 3 o'clock wall when we just turned over that left shoulder for that quarter turn. Okay, so let's take it from the top. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and up 5, down 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and sway 7, 8, and sweep 1, 2, and sweep 3, 4, and. Okay, after this, they're not pivot turns, but it's a half turn. So as we turn, we're gonna keep weight on that back foot versus a pivot turn where we take weight on that front foot, okay? So after we come around here, we're going to step forward and half turn, but keeping that weight on that back right. And then take weight again on our left, run left turn, keeping that weight on the back side, placing that weight forward to get ready for the build up before the drop again and restart the dance. So with counts, we're dancers, we need counts. All right, so from the hip sways, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1. Okay, so from the top of the sways again, 7, 8, and sweep 1, 2, and sweep 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, drop it on 1. Okay, and then that's the dance. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go through all 24 counts, and then we're gonna go over those restarts. So from the top of the phrase, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and up 5, down 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, rock 6, and 7, sweep it on 1, 2, and 3, 4, and turn 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1. There's some phrasing where you hear like a 7 and 8 and. Feel free to add some extra turns in there as well. I do that all the time on the social floor as well if you see my demo. All right, so those restarts. All right, first restart is over at the back wall. So you're gonna be facing 6 o'clock when this happens. All right, first restart is gonna be at the hip sways. So luckily it's around the same time, just not right at the same count. So the first time this restart happens is right at the hip sways. So we're facing 6 o'clock wall. This is wall number 5. So we go left, right, and instead of taking weight again on our left side to flick, we're gonna get prepped for our hitch. So 7, 8, 1, and then restart. All right, so we're coming around, we just pose on 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1. Restart the dance at the 6 o'clock wall, okay? And then it keeps going from there. The next restart is on the same wall, so wall number 6. So what that's gonna look like is actually you're gonna be facing the 12 o'clock wall when that happens. So first restart, you're facing 6 o'clock. Second restart, you're facing 12 o'clock. It's roughly around the same spot, except just a little bit different, okay? So after, you're gonna be facing 12 o'clock on count 1, okay? You're here at the front wall, you're here on 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. You're gonna cross, rock, recover, and take out count 7. So no hip sways with the restart, rock, recover, and then 1. Okay, so it's a nice smooth transition without those hip sways. So restart again, you're here on count 1, you're facing 12 o'clock wall, wall 6. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then history repeats itself from there. Okay, those are the 2 restarts. That's the dance, and I'm super excited to see this on the dance floor. Good luck out there.